Just showing what I'm doing with this trading bot. This is how it's done. I think I started it somewhere around here, and then it like initially lost a little bit of money in these little troughs, and then had these like little gains, and then lost a bit of money, and then gain, and then lost a bit of money. I stopped it on about the fifth here, so then um, it held on to these positions for a really long time after I stopped it, and then it fell off a cliff pretty quickly. So I wouldn't obviously do that um, in a live setting. This is when I kind of stopped it around the fifth. It just stopped. Um, I'll run it again just to um, show how I run it. So um, and here I'll run it. I'll just run that, the main. We've got this entry point here, and then I've also got a few other kind of awkward helpers that I run as well. Um, got this cancel multi-orders thing, which is a bit awkward, like an extra low little thing that just fixes a bug that I couldn't get to the bottom of, where it would create an order of the same time. And I've got one kind of a weird situation that came about because of yeah, because of the way that they used to handle crypto. I've got this another crypto server which kind of listens to the plan that this forecaster generates, and then it also tries to trade based on these forecasts on another exchange. So it tries to go over to Binance and replay some of the trading suggestions that we generate based off of the Alpaca trading data that it downloads. So it just downloads daily data and it then backtests across some window of that with, I think, maybe 7 or 9 days, like the holdout set, that it validates how well it does on. And I've tried like so many different strategies for how to optimize this. Like, so here's the entry point in here. The code is like very messy, but it's just me kind of experimenting as fast as I can, trying to make as much money as I can, really. I need to clean a lot of this up. So it comes in here. What's this loop? If anything happens, it just sleeps for 5 minutes. I store predictions, and there's this old there's some kind of logic in here for when I do testing. I'll actually just pin the date and download not only that data and replay and see how good I can make these predictions. Um, I kind of cache. I have this little trick in here. It's pretty messy. I used to pay for like more fine-grained, up-to-date data, but you can I've got like somewhat lazy trick where I just you can get the very latest, like the current um bid and ask from Alpaca without paying for that kind of that $10 a month. Um yeah, I think it's this good crypto bars. So I think that's yeah, that's must be getting the very latest. Um yeah, so it does actually kind of record what it does. So these results are like all of the things that it computes during the process. I do have the actual data that it downloads, I think, in here for each pair. It goes off a few pairs. Does trade Pax Gold just because it's not correlated to crypto and you can't short crypto, so it's kind of somewhat vulnerable to crypto going down. Whereas it does short stock, and that like kind of tested, and that helps it become more robust and actually makes more money by shorting stock, even just stock that I think is quite good. But yeah, it's the kind of data that it gets from the exchange. I do some forecasting of all of these, so the open, high, low, close, and then I do some math on that. I don't use a trade count or all that. If I was trading crypto, a lot of exchanges give you more information, like the order book that I used to look at. But I'm just looking at those and then kind of predictions that I will generate. A little bit like this. Lots of data. I kind of back test using a few strategies and get the how much money I'll make over these few days if I had followed these strategies. And I then have a kind of a hack multi-arm bandit style approach to that. Picks the best of these of a few strategies. Some strategies like aggressively opening a position if you're really confident, or kind of trading between these predicted high and low, minus some kind of penalty for like the spread. It's going to be hard to like quickly exit out of a position if there's high spread. You end up kind of paying the spread. But here I really do that. I would try to order not aggressively away from the order book, so I'm kind of not paying the spread. Someone else will be the taker in the market, especially kind of important for when there's high spread. So, but yeah, it also takes like the exchange rate fees into account as well, which is important. Yeah, there's a few like predicted, a lot of stuff that I predict, and quite a few different strategies that I kind of balance between. So the actual code, the actual prediction code, I went through a lot of iterations. I used to use torch forecasting and other algorithms. So I used to end up training algorithms. I probably will go back to doing that, but I just swapped in like the zero shot predictor. So I just go over all these data files and I don't really do that much. Yeah, I hold it. I hold out 7 to do my simulation of how had I been trading, how much is this strategy that I'm going to make. So it's kind of like crazy. I used to be doing all this optimized parameters. I used to save like a whole bunch of trained models from torch forecasting, and it was all very complicated. But now AI has gotten so strong. People have just trained like really generic forecasters. So there's the Google one, and the one I'm using right now is Amazon Chronos. So I think I've got like a very short like loop here, where I just do like a pretty plain prediction of Amazon Chronos. You have to get the latest because there is a bug fix in Amazon Chronos. I do, yeah, I use the large, yeah, I think the large one does do a bit better. I just use tiny when I am testing. Should have a way to remind myself to switch over. Um, should probably do like um hmm, wonder if I can figure this one out. I've just got some environment variables, so I can't really um I'll just fix that later. Yeah, fix that later. Um I have to be kind of defensive about just forgetting stuff because it's quite easy to forget that and run it without the appropriate like the high quality model. Yeah, I've just played around with these. I think that was a recommendation that's quite weird, but it's like a Cronus was trained a lot of tokens, and like what a token means is that like maybe it goes up by some kind of percent, and they said that if you don't allow it to predict, allow it to pick, sorry, um, but through a lot of different tokens, it can have like resolution issues. So like the actual resolution of the predictions is going to be off, like not fine grained enough. So there might be some kind of weird, some weird tokens like going up by point oh one, some kind of detailed movement. That's a recommendation from the Cronus project. But yeah, it's always good to experiment with this kind of stuff, and then eventually, I think I'll have a loop here that actually trains on. It tries to much better fit this data and saves the model and loads the relevant one for efficiency purposes. And then there's all this math kind of I ended up writing this a long time ago, but I wrote these loss functions that are differentiable. So I could train AIs to compute like how much actual money are you making. Um, I just use them. I still use them, but I just use them for actually uh, back testing. So it's all written in PyTorch. So if I wanted to, maybe I could train my own AI that kind of optimized this have that computed somewhere as part of the actual network itself. Um, yeah, getting the profit for different strategies. Um, yeah, just saves a whole bunch more data for the next pipeline. Yeah, another strategy and just tries to calculate. I do like a pretty weird um, optimization. What is that scale? I do a just a linear. Uh, well, that's just converting something into the range -1 to 1. I do like a really hack final kind of linear uh, kind of in desperation, like a training on that test set. I'm kind of mindful of that, but I kind of use the computed profit before I do it, which is yeah, just try a few different multipliers and see which one can spread the actual highest profit on the test set. So it's a bit dodgy practice, and I can't trust the numbers that come out of this. Like if that's actually going to there's no check for overfitting. I haven't really. I should really have another check after this to see if this optimization process has actually made things better. But so I'm only training like a really small, it's just a very small linear um, multiplier, it's not really. I'm hoping that's just not really enough of a it's like a really high bias. I don't really like move the equation too much, so I kind of yeah, just kind of hack that in. Um, if I'm kind of a bad person or whatever for that. Um, yeah, so a few of these different strategies saved. Pretty like yeah, pretty gross code. Um, I like read the access CSV, so it's not like high frequency trading. It's like every day. It's not like high performance code or anything. But if you do it over a long time, I think the kind of benefits compound quite nicely. And it spreads its risk as well. So after that kind of like neural prediction stuff, yeah, we then have like some whole bunch more kind of just untested um, hacks that I've written on top of that. So I've tried all sorts of different like there used to be minute based forecasting stuff that I get, but now they're just both daily. Because they don't pay for the minute data anymore. But one of them is actually more up to date. Like one of them's the predictions at the start of the market, and one of them's got the final like there's one piece of data that's like the most up to date that's put on, and so I kind of see how the predictions change um, based on start of the day and the like most up to date predictions that we've made. You do a bit of like hack math based on that. Um, yeah, I have this cancels orders that were opened. Yeah, I should really open sources soon because this is where you have to like start being really careful and audit yourself. You're doing like if this is executing in my time zone, and here in New Zealand, uh, the exchange time zone is like New York time, and yeah, you just have to be like really careful. Um, I save the time zone information. Um, Alpaca gives it to you. I've looked at it. Um, I've got a few like I think utilities that I've written in here in this CLI. Um, that just to like I think most of it's like emergency stuff, like cancel the orders or that kind of thing. Um, um, something like that. Um, uh, short wrapper. Mm, it's like a weird like early library path thing that I have to do. Get good at working on. What does that do? It just checks my cancel orders near market price. Oh, yeah, so like two things that I can do. It's like never good to never good to close your positions violently, like at the actual market price, because like yeah, got these issues of spread and stuff. So try to use this one only to like meet the market, like at the kind of like sell at the actual best current sell offer, not to actually meet the buyer, because there could be like a big spread difference between that and you have a lot of it's a big difference. Um, it's just like mm, It's like some basic API stuff. Like, yeah. This is close all positions. It's just like a basic, obviously ask price, depending if you're selling. If you're in the spread. So it gets a little bit of remit, perhaps latest bid, and then yeah, just closes it. That's good. Oh, it's finished. That's the main yeah, this thing is so after we yeah, this is like the back to this messy post-processing stuff. So we have these trackers for all of the things we've done. So this is the things that we've ordered. This is a pretty hack way, but I do keep track of one before as well. And I make sure that I've like been making money over two previous trades before I go into another trade. So it's quite a simple way to make sure that you don't like losing some money by just making constant bad trades. If it makes if it, I'll show you how this is used. So it does a little calculation and make sure to this product and loss, profit and loss is they these two profit and losses of the last two trades are if basically you've been losing money over the past two trades when you add them up, we yeah, we just make a tiny trade. We still track. We like live track how things are going. So this multiplier just means like don't actually use your money. Like it gets multiplied by the price to trade at. So it's like traded at a much like don't put money on the line if you're losing money basically. Wait until you've had like successful real trades. It's actually hard to simulate the market, so you have to actually track how your trading board is going in the real world. Like even with as much simulation as you can't actually simulate the full dynamics of the market. You really just don't know like fully how they work. Like yeah, well, it's certainly not like simulating slippage and simulating the order book. We're really just looking at like AI is just predicting like broadly predicting where the center price is and the high and low is going to be and the close is going to be. So it can't really predict or understand too much, even though that's the idea is to add as much intelligence as you can. So yeah, it just tries if it does, often it like tries a different strategy. So if it finds that yeah, so this is where it kind of says yeah, it's got a few different entry prices in it, but it'll try and exit prices as well. Even with all these checks, it still has a few bugs like it orders. It'll make the same order again and again. So I have that awkward trailing thing that goes on cancels the duplicate orders for any symbol. It's pretty awkward. The main bug is that I need to solve this. It actually like left this Netflix position was left open, which caused that. Like as soon as I stopped trading, that dropped. But it actually like still has this bug where I think it was open too long. It actually closes these orders if they are open for longer than a day. And it should be doing that. It's doing that up here, right up here where we're, and I need to look into it, actually how to fix this. Because it left that open for too long. All the way back to this is all the pre-processing. So, yeah, if this order is open a long time, it should cancel it. Well, we're talking actually about a position. It should close the position if that position is been open for too long. It doesn't put your whole portfolio in. It only puts like, some percentage. That's probably too much. You probably want to put like 10% in each different trade max. But yeah, it doesn't go over too much of a you definitely don't bet your portfolio. The idea is to bet make lots of different bets, and then you can kind of know if your algorithm is working or not faster without taking a lot of risk. Like if your algorithm is messed up and you're like going all in and all out and you're leveraging, you're just gonna basically burn yourself out without. You want to maximize learnings, and that's kind of what really spreading your risk, I think, gives you any. Yeah, there's no way around it really when you're algorithmic trading. It's just like too risky to not do it. So yeah, I need to figure out how this should be. I need to really make sure that it knows that they've been open for too long and that needs to cancel them. So yeah. Yes, that's one of those positions. Yeah, there's some decent crypto trading fees. Like that's why I do that other I have this forecasting like server that listens to these trades and trades on Binance because there's zero fee trading. So it gets around these fees. These fees are like illicit. You can get pretty good at trading to the point where you're like kind of adding liquidity and you're about even, break even, and then you're basically paying the exchange like a whole bunch of money, but you don't really get to keep any of that yourself. So moving the fees a little bit can really be what kind of puts you into profitability. Yeah. So sometimes just picking the right exchange, like Alpaca is pretty good, but yeah. And don't put obviously too much money on any one exchange either. So I think it's more for the crypto world, really. I don't really have those kind of worries at that scale, but yeah, as you can see, it's getting a little bit on top of me, and I haven't. I kind of come back to this every now and again. Um, it's just weird, yeah, weird code about trying to close close Binance position if there is one. Um, I don't know if this is supposed to be it. I used to have some logic that mm, made sure that I like took my profit. If I found sometimes it would make a few $100 and then um, that was like I should just close everything and trade like take just accept my take the win at that point. And like if I didn't do that, it would often just let my earnings would go for that day. So I did have some code. I turned that off because I've changed the algorithm so much that I haven't really proved that I needed that again. but I did find that good because sometimes if let's say I make more than $300 in a day, that's actually a sign that the algorithm's taking too much risk, and it's very easy for that to just disappear. But if I just detect that and then completely close all the positions in that day, then you just kind of lock in those earnings. Um, let's see. That's saying it has to be some kind of in the market for us. If it's yeah, if it's like a long one of those like fake trades can be short. It's getting a bit dodgy here. Like quickly close those short trades like that. Um, um, yeah, so they're handled a bit differently. But we use one to check, like to really prove if we're a good trader or not. So that's a bit that kind of floats the water a little bit as to how valuable this is, but it just kind of gets it back to being a profitable trader a bit quicker because I can't like spend too long just trying to prove things in prod. It's better to really like prove them offline in back tests without trading real money. So that for a real trade, it keeps it open a bit longer. But it should really like I want it to really make sure it absolutely closes trade after a certain amount of time. I don't want to take any too much risk on the one trade, which is what I'm doing now. I think I'll just keep looking into it, and yeah, all the best with the trading. Bye.